We're live.
Hello and welcome back to another wonderful episode of the 406 Budcast. I can't wait to introduce everyone right after this lovely intro.
Yeah. Roll it up, line it up, listen up now. It's the 406 Budcast, gonna show you how. Cannabis culture, grow big strong. Hear the latest trends, you can't go wrong. Tune in today, yeah, knowledge on blast. #1 podcast, it's the 406 Budcast. From strength to gains, they break it all down. Passion and hustle, wear the green crown. Industry insights right in your ears. Growing green dreams, no need for fears. Tune in today, yeah, knowledge on blast. #1 podcast, it's the 406 Budcast. Yeah. Cannabis culture, grow big strong. Hear the latest trends, you can't go wrong. Tune in today, yeah, knowledge on blast. #1 podcast, it's the 406 Budcast. From strengths to gains, we break it all down. Passion and hustle, wear the green crown. Industry insights right in your ears. Growing green dreams, no need for fears. Tune in today, yeah, knowledge on blast. #1 podcast, it's the 406 Budcast.
All right, guys, welcome back. And I'm very excited to welcome you all to episode 43. 42. Dang it. Man, we talked about it for 2 minutes and I still messed it up. That's all right. Welcome back to a lovely episode 42. A very special episode. Valentine's Day. Exactly. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I've got myself here today, Daniel. We've got Hannah. On the other side of the table, across the room here, we've got Nate, Tanaki, and then behind the camera, of course, we always have Michelle. Thank you so much. And we're excited. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. You know, day of love, day of capitalism,
day of cold,
day of enjoying some great food for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. You know, hey, make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe, of course. But in those comments, what kind of meals do you typically eat on a Valentine's Day? Are you one of those people that go out on a date? What kind of restaurants do you go to? So on and so forth.
Yeah, definitely let us know in the comments.
Yummy steak dinner.
You're a steak dinner kind of lady. Yeah.
That's what we're having this weekend.
I feel like a lot of people do either a steak dinner or a Alfredo.
Yeah. The typical like Olive Garden or Red Lobster. I think that's pretty popular during if you're going out to eat.
Yum. That sounds delicious. Now I'm hungry, guys. All right. Anyway.
For me, it's always Chinese. So, you know. I mean,
yeah.
Well, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm starting to learn that that's just y'all's holiday tradition is Chinese food.
You know, that's one
just holiday.
It's one thing I can appreciate about the American Chinese culture here. Christmas, all the other holidays, they seem to be like, look, we'll be open and we'll be there to serve you. And it just always turns out well. You want to be lazy and just go pick up your food. It's good, it's warm, it's hot. On point.
You're convincing me more and more every second.
Okay, if we do that though, and we want to take it home, we need a hot box for the car though. We live 20 miles out of town.
Oh, no kidding.
You know, not staying
That's
warm.
not the hot box they're talking about.
We need 2 hot boxes in the car.
Need to be hotboxing the car while the car is a hot box.
Yeah. Well, before we get too far, we do have a wonderful video we have prepared for you guys that Michelle worked on. So we'll go ahead and pop that in. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
I'm feeling this one right here. You and me, baby. Hot night. Let's go. Roll it up, let it slow, baby, let it flow. You and me in the candlelight, we're faded, but we're high. Oh. Pass the love, pass the time, wrapped up in your eyes. Every kiss, every touch, I'm floating in the vibe. We don't need no diamonds, no gold, just a spark and a heart to hold. We're living in the moment, so free. In your love, I'm where I need to be. I get high on your love, baby, no need for another. Every kiss feels like a trip, take me under the covers. We're vibing so deep, floating like we're Mars. In your arms, babe, I'm at peace, my favorite charge by far. Let's get along.
Welcome back, everybody. Today, for the Valentine's Day episode, we've got some fun Valentine's info for you. We've got some strains that are meant for arousal. These are just some of the top strains listed around right now. So Peach Crescendo, known for its euphoric and uplifting effects, can enhance mood and arousal. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Baccio Gelato, Bacio Gelato, offers a balanced high, increased sensitivity and pleasure. Mimosa. Mimosas are great. They're usually super, super tasty too. Energized and relaxed feel. Really great for creating opportunity for intimacy. And Strawberry Cough delivers relaxing effects, creative energy, making fantastic for arousal. There's another couple.
Recommended by a Dr. Nicholas Marsh. He's willing to put his name on.
Put his
Yes,
name out
he
there.
is.
So here we are. This is
Dr. Love.
An opinion.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
Ruth. That was Dr. Ruth.
Oh, that's
everybody. He mentions Blue Dream for its euphoric and uplifting effects,
Yeah.
enhancing
I
intimacy.
was trash talking it earlier, but honestly, I could see that. I could see how that
Yeah.
helps if you're trying to be romantic, have a nice candlelit dinner, a little blue dream puff. I mean, I could vibe.
A little bit on the sativa side, giving
Or
you
some
a
of that.
little bit more energy.
You were talking about the mimosa strain, so some of that dirty mimosa off the
Ooh,
shelf that
yum.
might hit right
Oh,
with that
yeah.
steak dinner.
It does.
Ooh.
And no joke though.
With a
That's
steak
like a
dinner.
beautiful, like,
It's a nice body hack.
yes, it is.
The other thing I was thinking about is Casey Mont Queso. I really think that some of his cheeses and stuff would go perfect on top of just thinking about him and everything else like that. But I mean, maybe some cheeses, some butters, something like that on top of a steak.
Yeah.
Gorgonzola.
With that RSO balsamic,
Mm.
make a nice sauce for your steak.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Quick shout out to Casey, and I know that
Christine.
Christine always watches as well. Miss you, Casey. Love you, Christine. Hope that you guys hope that you, Christine, are having a wonderful Valentine's Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We're thinking about you guys out there.
Sending you guys love.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was also going to mention a couple local strains that I've seen around. Where's my list? I have Daniel's list.
I'm not sure where your list is, but I can remember one off
Oh.
the top of my head we had was Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kryptonite. And then Tanaki had mentioned Redneck Divorce. I'm not sure about the Redneck Divorce. I have had the Kryptonite. Really, really, really relaxing body high. Nice.
Absolutely.
And I believe you said that was when they stick around. Redneck divorce.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what exactly that meant. What do you guys think the redneck divorce is?
Yes.
Because we'll have some votes, but
When the shotgun doesn't work. I don't know.
Just still there.
Yeah.
Didn't actually leave.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too
Got
funny.
away from the whole shotgun.
Well, there was what are some of the
Ooh.
cool
Ideas.
ideas, activities? There were some.
Yeah. Some fun recommended activities, an at-home spa experience.
This is for all you dudes out there like me who have absolutely no creativity.
No game whatsoever.
There's no shame in that. Okay, let's look at the list and take some notes. Okay.
I'm glad you're listening.
This is like the Cannabis GQ
Yeah.
session for men.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
take notes, dudes. This is some great advice.
Yeah.
Transform your space into a spa with massages, facials, and relaxation techniques. Mix in some CBD massage oil with that. There's another activity in here that mentions a bath ritual for two. Take a warm bath. Use some CBD or THC infused bath bombs or something like that. Those are a really fun time.
Also, use your brain when you're doing this. If it's got some icy hot to it, you probably want to avoid certain areas. It's great for the muscle rub, but may not be great for the muscle rub, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That and coconut oil. Coconut oil is not meant to go inside anything.
Hey,
Okay,
the
guys.
more you know.
Specifically not female bits. That is antimicrobial, antifungal, and antibacterial.
Mhm.
Is that the one I
think
didn't
so.
say? It's the big three. That kills everything. There are supposed to be good things in there, guys. Take note.
True.
Yes.
Be careful. Just
Take
stay
note.
safe out there.
Have
But,
fun, but
consent.
take note.
Now that we scared the shit out of you, go out
Yeah.
there and give each other some massages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I know that
Massages.
if you know where you're going, locally in Montana, in Billings, there's a dispensary specifically that does sell actual massage oil and other and some other female health products.
Is that
as
Granite
well.
Peak?
I think so.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah. Okay. So Granite Peak out there, I know that they have some products that are along these lines. So that could be an interesting place to visit.
Definitely check them out.
Yeah.
And we're not paid
thank
to
you.
endorse Granite Peak or anything. That's just coming straight off the top as to where some of these products are located.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always interested in someone developing new products like that. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I don't think it's new in the country, but definitely in the local area. You don't see that stuff in a lot of dispensaries. So,
Most definitely. And that's going to creep into the news a little bit later for sure.
oh, exciting. Very
Actually, at 406 Organics, we do have massage body oils that are CBD infused.
cool. Oh, right on. Cool. That's very fun.
And a couple bath. Oh, do we still
I
have
think,
that?
we,
bath
I think
bomb?
we have one bath bomb left.
Well,
Well,
you better
get some more.
You're going to have to come get it.
If you're looking for a great gift for your loved one, swing on out to 406 Organic Store.
Mhm.
Maybe pick up a bath bomb, some rub, some of that good arousing weed that
Yeah.
you and
Pre-roll,
your
nice
mate
joint.
might just enjoy together.
Mm, absolutely.
We do have some Girl Scout cookies, which is on that doctor's list. Girl Scout cookies, Northern Lights.
Mm.
We have dirty
Sour
mimosa.
diesel.
Dirty Mimosa,
It
part of the
seems-
mimosa strains.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these are all about the really great body high, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, and I think lavender would kind of fall into
Ooh.
that category as well. It's a great body high.
Absolutely.
Definitely gives you that euphoric feeling in the body.
So warm. It's like I always tell people, customers that come in, I'm like, if you want to feel like you just put on a nice warm blanket, smoke this. And they're like, "Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Yeah, for sure. Also mentions planning a future trip together, cook a new recipe together.
Oh, we all know that cooking and smoking goes together too, guys. Smoke a couple of joints, make yourself a meal, and then pass out.
Smoke before you eat the meal.
And definitely do the back rub and the foot rub before you pass out.
yes, absolutely. Because there's no going back once you fall asleep.
Nope.
Then you're in trouble.
I think this one would be the best. Build a fort and watch a movie. Hint, hint.
Okay,
We
all
should
right.
build a fort and watch a
Building
movie
forts. Yeah, that makes sense.
and
That
eat a
makes sense.
steak.
I may or may not have done that on mushroom one time
Build a nice
Oh,
fort.
yeah.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
That sounds legit. Oh my gosh.
and watch some nice, wonderful TV while doing it with your mate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Oh my goodness.
We watch psychedelic or videos. We watch videos all night.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was
That is
a
really
lot of
fun.
EDM and different type of videos and stuff. So,
That's super fun.
It's a really good vibe, that's for sure.
And then our little blankie fort.
Blanky forts.
Blanky fort. It's amazing how quickly you turn into a child as an adult.
Yes.
You add
But
a
those
little
are the
bit of
best
inebriation and boom.
Yes.
You just want the comfort,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
same comfort.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
man, follow that up. Just follow all that up with a nice home cooked meal. You've got yourself a great evening.
So what else we got out there as far as fun activities?
Yeah. Let's see. Partner yoga or stretching.
Yoga would be really fun.
I think yoga would be really hot yoga.
Yoga leading up into some like tantric exercises.
Maybe some partner twister.
Partner twisted. Guided meditation and breath work.
You know, unironically, I think that just regular twister with your partner would be so fun for most people.
Yeah, until you hit a certain age, and then it's probably detrimental to you.
And then you just both, all right, that's fair. That's
You
fair.
just remind yourself of how wore out you really are. Like, oh shoot, I really can't bend that
Shoulder
way.
doesn't move that way. Yeah, for sure.
3
That's
weeks later, you're
hilarious.
still feeling it.
You really shouldn't have played Twister last month.
When twister turns into a contact sport.
Oh, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like I'd be like poking her in the ribs the whole time, trying to make her flow. That sounds like really fun to me.
All right, so now I know what Twister's turning into.
Twister jujitsu over here.
Yeah, exactly.
All for the ribs.
Uh,
I am short. You got to go for the legs.
I'll never get leverage on you. You're way too short.
True.
Center of gravity is way too low.
No,
bro. Like-
dude, I have no chance. I tap. I win.
I tap out.
You win.
Another couple things in here is reading a love poetry series or erotic series with each other. That would be interesting.
Oh man, do you guys remember? Like, this isn't something that I went through, but I remember as a sideline observer when 50 Shades of Grey came out, how crazy everyone went. Oh my god!
You know,
For real.
amazingly enough, my wife made me read the books before we watched the movies, and I got to say that they were pretty in depth, and there was a lot of stuff that was in the books that were pretty amazing as far as that whole story goes. And hey, if that's you and
Right,
you know
yeah,
that's what you want to
absolutely.
do, and you guys are consenting adults, and that's your safety word, then get with it.
Yep. That was
Oh,
like a pop culture phenomenon when it happened.
Yeah, you know, and you see that whole situation there, and it. I mean, to me, I looked at society because we went from 50 Shades of Grey to Me Too all of a sudden, and it was just like, wait a minute, hold up.
That's actually
We were leading towards a less prude
Right.
society. What are we doing here, guys? Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
definitely an interesting time.
Well, shoot, I guess should we move on to stoner trivia, Tanaki? We don't have to drag any section out, really.
Yeah, it would make it quick and easy. Everybody
Absolutely.
can enjoy their Valentine's Day with their loved one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We appreciate any of y'all who've turned up tonight. Any of the people catching our show after, we hope that everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day as well. We will be right back after this short clip.
Smoking like a rasta, feeling so high. We talk about cannabis and getting fly. Are you smarter than a stoner? Let's find out. Listen up,
B, the
my
plant's
friends.
flavor
I
and
got
aroma
something to
compounds.
shout. Cannabis
C, the plant's
knowledge,
fibers.
let it flow through your mind. Getting blazed, smoking loud, we all unwind. Trivia questions, can you keep up the pace? Let's see if you're sharper in this smoky haze.
Oh, we are back.
Got us off.
Got us.
Dang it.
caught.
That's the perfect amount of time for us to get distracted.
Every time. That's going to be our ultimate blooper reel.
Yes, for real.
Always. It's just a short little video. Always forget.
Well, it's because we had it for so long before. We had them like a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes long. And then we
Yeah.
cut them to make them a little shorter so the episodes could actually have more talking.
Yeah. That's just 40 plus episodes of habit building right there. You change one little thing and we're like, what?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, ready?
Heck yeah. Do some Are You Smarter Than a Stoner? Number 1. Which part of the cannabis plant serves as the primary site for auxin production, influencing vertical growth?
Wow.
A. The root tips. B. Trichomes. C. Lateral branches. Or D. Apical main stems.
Man,
I
that's
have
a really great
literally no
question.
idea. I'm gonna take a swing. Here. Let's give our after show viewers and our live viewers just a second to guess here. We won't be able to read those comments today, but that's okay. And I'm gonna go with A.
A
You're going with
is
A?
what you're going with?
That's my guess. And I'll explain my logic on it too if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
I was kind of thinking maybe it had something to do with the taproot, you know, and once that taproot hits the bottom of whatever your grow is or your medium, then maybe then it starts to halt. That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know though.
So I'm going to go with D. And this is a guess for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And going through the logical exercise, I looked at vertical growth and then I looked at occipital main stem. And so that main stem area is probably for your vertical growth. And that was just my guess and how I went through it logically.
Hannah?
I was actually gonna say C, the lateral branches, as a random guess. I have no,
I love it.
I have no clue why I'm picking that. I'm assuming it's lateral branches to balance it out so it can go vertical. I have no fucking clue.
I'm going to say D only because it makes sense for the auxin production and the apical being the same. So I'm thinking that D.
I'm going to stick with my answer. I'll stick to my guns, but you guys have convinced me for that and other reasons. Like just even thinking about topping a plant, right? Like that literally you are influencing the vertical growth of the side branches by removing that apical meristem, which is D. So anyway, I'm sticking with A, but I'm sad about it now.
Which is D, apical meristem. That
Yeah.
is the correct answer.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. You guys were right. That was good logic too. It's hard to argue with it once you both all said all your pieces. I was like, I mean, they're right. It's like, all right.
Well, I applaud you for sticking to your guns and not waffling like, the majority of the country.
Yes. All constant. It's a pendulum, isn't it? It's funny.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I change my answers all the time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with learning and changing too.
Absolutely, yes. And it was a complete guess on my part. So,
Yeah,
like, there was
logical though.
Question number 2. What is the primary function of the calyx in cannabis flowers?
Growers caviar.
A, to protect and support developing reproductive structures. B, to capture pollen for reproduction. C, to produce cannabinoids and terpenes. Or D, to regulate water loss in the plant.
alrighty.
Have we had this one before?
I don't know.
We might have had versions of it or things touching similarly.
I'm good. All right. I'll give
We
everybody a few minutes because I know that everybody's got a little delay. But
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll maybe take just this moment to remind everyone to go ahead and like this very special episode of 406 Budcast, share and subscribe. Thank you all so much for listening. We appreciate you.
Heck yeah, Daniel. Remembering all the shout outs.
That's
B.
what I chose was B as well. So
I think we're going to have B around the board over here.
Pure curiosity, what shout outs for people that watch do you think we could give that would be 100%?
S&B still
Mr.
shouts,
Burns.
Kayla,
Nobody.
Mr.
Mr.
Burns.
Burns,
Yo,
nobody.
hey, welcome to
Calvin.
the chat. Calvin, we appreciate you.
Doubt it.
always.
Uncle Steve hasn't popped in. the
Probably
chat at all.
Adam. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
Adam, thank you very much.
Adam.
Uncle Steve has been
Uh,
lazy lately.
Gina.
Gina, she
Gina
was just in.
popped in.
She was playing Stoner Trivia with us last week. From
Hell
No
yeah.
Treats. Appreciate
Deb.
her.
Deb out there.
Deb,
Yeah.
yep, always Deb.
Mm.
We have
Still
several Joe's out there all
Yeah.
the time.
Joe Kinderdeck.
Mhm.
and then what's the customer that we have?
Lynn Hunt.
Lynn Hunt,
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
He comes in and does it.
So we
follows us.
appreciate each and every one of you out there. If we haven't mentioned you by name, it's not that we're forgetting about you. It's just that we
We are
have smoked a lot and there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
There's literally
Yeah,
like
really
200
testing our
votes up
recall.
there.
We don't have any of our comments. This is coming straight out of the brain. So
Yeah,
we
for
appreciate
sure.
each and every one of you. Oh,
We
and
love all you
this would
guys.
probably be a great time to let everybody know that this is purely for educational purposes and we are not experts at anything. We're just a bunch of damn stoners.
Yeah.
Clearly by the guesses.
Alrighty, so with that, what are y'all's answers?
B.
Yeah,
B.
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 Bite.
B. 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 B.
It's A.
What?
Whoa! Sure.
All right.
So it
So the-
protects and supports developing reproductive structures.
It
So
definitely
B
does
is
that.
too simple of an answer,
To
essentially.
capture
Mm.
pollen. I mean, yeah, because it is part. I'm
So it's-
thinking of the diagram.
Okay,
of
Maybe
calyx
like a
are.
half
Yeah.
point. B would be like a half point answer.
Okay, I'll take
Well,
it.
I mean, the irony there is B also collects pollen. So,
The bees do collect pollen as long as they're around.
The buzzy
Protect
bees.
your local bees, people.
Who's all
Yes.
playing with the birds and the bees?
well, hopefully a lot of people are playing with the birds and the bees on this wonderful Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. Happy
Hell
Valentine's
yeah.
Day again, guys. All right, next question.
I skipped one. All right. What is the role of the cambium layer in cannabis plant stems? A. It stores nutrients for future growth. B. It produces xylem and phylum cells for continued growth. C. It absorbs light for photosynthesis. Or D. It creates trichomes for resin production.
I'm not even going to pretend like I know.
Sorry.
I got to say, these questions are pretty damn difficult.
Yeah.
I know.
She's trying
I
hard
know.
to
Putting the
stuff
damn
us.
screws to us, dude. Just like
She's like, I tried real hard this week.
I did try for hard questions. This week. It took me a while.
Well, you completely stumped us
Yeah,
on
you
the
got
last
it.
one,
I'm
so.
gonna guess B because I'm gonna do some testing pro strats here. That looks like the hardest answer, and this is a hard question, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
I'm
We'll see if
guessing
I'm
A.
right.
so.
If you don't know, obviously the testing pro strats would be study and know the answer. But
Right.
you know, if
We didn't
in
get to
worst
study
case
for
scenario,
I'm
We need
guessing
to-
here, but I'm going to say B as well.
You
And
know,
the reason why is the xylem cells for the continuing growth. And I know that is a positive. I don't know what the other ones are, but I know, remember the xylem in a previous question, and it had to do with the growth. So I'm guessing B again.
all right. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and just be the odd duck out and call C on this one.
okay, all right. What do you guys think in chat?
Let us know what you got out there. A, B, C, or maybe something in between.
D. Just kidding.
D.
I'm still going with A.
The correct answer for this one is going to be B.
Yeah,
B, very
I knew
good.
it. You just whatever question or whatever answer looks the most like the question. That's how I read that one.
Wow.
Great testing.
That's how answers to
No,
questions work.
it's
You
it's
can
more-
tell there's love in the air.
yeah.
I do love you, sweetie.
I'm understanding that this doesn't make any sense, so we'll just move on.
Good shift.
Yeah.
Number 4. Number 4. Why are root hairs essential for healthy cannabis growth?
Because nobody wants a bald cannabis plant.
True.
A. They produce secondary metabolites like terpenes. B. They store energy for the flowering phase.
Phew.
C. They increase the surface area for water and nutrient absorption. Or D. They transport sugars from the leaves to the roots.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
for
I'm
this
ready.
one.
I'm
She's
also
like,
ready.
all right.
What do you got
all
out there
right."
in the chat,
I
folks?
feel like I'm being good cop, bad cop right now or something.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Look at her. She's like all smirking.
It's gonna
I'm
be
really trying to read her today.
it's gonna be like A or something. Insane.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I'm going with C.
I'm also going to go with C.
See.
Got C as well.
It is C.
Okay.
I was marking because you had it all figured out, and I was really hoping it didn't catch when you tried to explain.
Dude, those were
guys.
Those were really good ones.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys.
Well,
That's
I
awesome.
think we can use that as a great segue into news with Nate.
Shoot ya!
That's from that clip.
Cannabis updates fresh and real. Tune in with Nate, it's the big deal. Cannabis news with Nate, let's go. Every story makes you glow. Stay informed, don't be late. Cannabis news with Nate.
All righty, we're back with the news. So check this out. Federal Court of Appeals ruling on guns and marijuana use. So yeah, the Federal Appeals Court has ruled that the Constitution does not support categorical removal of gun rights for marijuana users. So oftentimes there was a lot of association that if you were using cannabis or something like that, basically the rule was that you sort of forfeited your gun rights. The appeals court, Federal Appeals Court, has basically ruled that that's not the case. That in fact, if you've committed some crimes or something like that, that may be issued some restrictions on your rights. But just because you're using cannabis and just because cannabis is federally illegal doesn't make it an issue that would bar your constitutional right. So some common sense coming out of that one.
Yep.
And that's a really good one that I can appreciate and get behind for sure.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
I don't have anything to say other than that. That makes perfect sense, and wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I mean, it's long past time we got.
Indeed.
I mean, especially for a lot of these businesses, they're forced right now with the banking bills and everything else being stalled to have cash only. So there's a very high security risk for a lot of these cannabis businesses across the country, and trying to protect themselves, with having gun prohibitions. That's been a major issue through the cannabis communities, and I'm glad to see some of this starting to work its way out. Hopefully it'll work its way out soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm imagining a future where you could have armed guards.
You know, I think in some states they do, like Colorado and stuff like that. They that's how they get around it, is they hire private security firms who are armed, and they're there for their benefit, but they're not actually the employees or whatever.
So like,
right. So let's
why
get
do we-
past that. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, there's no reason why bud tenders, if they so choose, you know, such as Tanaki and Hannah, you guys, I mean, to protect yourselves in certain situations, you shouldn't have that option available to you.
I agree.
So, Montana news.
What? Montana believing in gun rights? Sorry. Not to get controversial. Anyway, go on.
So, Montana news, the big heavy one that we've been watching pretty closely is Senate Bill 27. That has actually moved out of committee, has gotten the approval, and the latest vote on that sucker, as far as the Financial and Claims Committee, 21-1 was the support on that. So looks like that bill has a lot of bipartisan support, probably get pushed through, and we're going to see the moratorium extended to 2027 at the very least on the issuance of new licenses for anybody who isn't related to a license already. And they're not going to allow any new licensed premises. So if you have licensed premises already, those will be the ones that you have. You can move them, you can sell them, but you're not going to be able to actually go out and apply for anything new anymore.
So no new locations.
No new locations. Going to be locked.
Unless you already have one.
Yeah, the other one that we're paying a pretty close attention to is the one from Representative Greg Hertz. He wants to try to charge every Montana citizen, in addition to the 20% tax that they're already paying, $200 for an ID card. So you're going to have to go out, buy an ID card from the Cannabis Control Division. They're going to have to give you special permission just to go and buy cannabis. So all your tourism and everything else like that's going to be completely eliminated instantly.
Yeah.
It's basically just putting it back to a medical card basis.
Yeah.
Like what?
Without a doctor's recommendation, you know, and so
with increased taxes.
Well, and I mean, what is my Montana state ID for? We have to show that when we go in, it gets scanned. There are some options there. And then there's another bill that's working its way through that says we actually have to destroy all that information within 160 days. So I don't really know how these two bills are going to play out with each other.
I really hope that they, and that includes people who choose to grow at home as well, right?
No, it's just for recreational purchases. So right now, I mean, you have to have a medical card, and the thinking is as well, if you have to have a medical card to purchase cannabis, why don't you have to have a recreational card or like a hunting and fishing license to go out and buy recreational cannabis? And I think the position I take personally is that we have a state issued ID that shows who you are, what your age is, you know, all of the requirements that are there. Why do we need another burden for the citizens just to go out and purchase a product that they voted in to be legal in this state?
Right.
So
I don't need oh, sorry, go ahead.
Passion. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like saying that you need a whole nother card to go and pick up prescriptions or over-the-counter medicines.
Yeah.
Or alcohol
Or
Yeah.
alcohol.
at all.
Or, you know, I mean, so Greg Hertz, the sponsor behind this, he actually was pretty supportive of cigar bars. And I'm wondering if he would impose the same on cigar bars or any other kind of legitimate business that's out there. And so if we're going to have these kind of standards, I think even with cannabis, we should have standards that everybody follows throughout every industry. And we shouldn't be trying to penalize people for their particular industry that they're a part of here in Montana. That's not the Montana way.
age-gated.
Well, and I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I'd like him to look me in the eye and explain exactly why this is necessary.
Well, it's just a money grab. I mean, and it's
Exactly.
just burdensome. There's no compelling government interest that I think he can articulate on any level that would explain why the government needs an additional $200 and an additional identification card. Plus, in addition, explain the expenditure, because obviously the CCD is going to have to retool for this. They're going to have to accept a bunch more applications I mean, they're going to have a lot more overhead, a lot more staffing considerations to print these cards, mail them out, send them out. I mean, so they're already doing that with the IDs for workers and stuff. I mean,
So they're just going to be taking that $200 to pay the person that has to do the processing. So it's just been a closed loop circle.
it seems
Well,
that
people
way.
think
Yeah.
it's going to work out as well as they think. Most people aren't going to go and get a $200 card when they won't get a $100, $140 medical card.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
I'll tell you
Like,
what's going
it's
to happen. is they're
literally
go
just
to the
going to
black
drive
market.
it to the black
That's it.
market.
And,
Yeah.
and that's what I see as well, is that it's going to be a heavy push to the black market. This is going to be one of those positions where they're trying to push a little too hard on the industry, and the consumers are the ones who are going to push back.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. It's unhealthy for the whole community.
Yeah, the other thing that throws out to me is the risk to the tax revenue.
Mhm.
Right now, we generated 59 million, I think, in tax revenue, roughly, for the state of Montana. I mean, that's a considerable amount of revenue. And if you figure a good majority of that actually came from out of state dollars. I know at our store, we've seen people from Canada, we've seen people with passports from
Yep.
all over the
Guatemala.
Guatemala, you
Mhm.
name it, that has come through our little tiny store in Shepherd, Montana on Highway 87. That's in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
That's
we've had,
tourism dollars.
that's exactly right. And all that's going to go out the window, because if you're coming from North Dakota or any other state, you're not even going to be able to buy cannabis. If you're flying in, you want to go to any of the parks, check out any of our
Right.
scenery. I mean, you're going to have to apply a couple of months ahead of time for
Yep.
your card and hope CCD will get it to you so you can come to Montana. Who wants to do that?
And despite
Yeah.
the fact that it's illegal in many states, it's not like most even patients are able to bring cannabis across state lines.
Right.
And so by enacting this, you're actually disabling medically necessary patients from out of state their access to cannabis at all in our state.
Yeah.
Because it's not like our medical stuff is respected across state lines either. I know some states do that, but Montana doesn't, as far as I know.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't, no part of it seems beneficial or good to anyone involved. So it seems like a self-destructive play at just simply making cannabis as inconvenient as possible.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of that last death rattle of the prohibitionists. I mean, however they can inconvenience it as much as possible. So that's where I get back to legitimate, government interest. What is the compelling government interest here?
Right.
I mean, there isn't one really, other than I just want to do this. So I don't think we should be regulating on that level. I don't think we should be passing laws in Montana on that level. And I think, the committee should table this bill and
he should spend his time focusing on something that matters.
absolutely. And I know, Greg, I don't want to be too harsh. I mean, he is a very intelligent man. Know his children, know his wife, know him. But I think, like I said last week when I was talking about this was just a boneheaded move. And, let's go ahead and just move past it.
Absolutely.
For real.
So the only other thing that we got on the news really is we were talking about earlier those new up and coming products that are coming around. So the one that people are looking at right now are cannabis pouches, sort of like the Zyn pouches, to where you chew them like tobacco or suck on those. I think that's going to be one of the hottest big ticket items that are coming up. And I think people like Philip Morris, Philip Morris and others are already starting to look at that. And I'm starting to poke around at their research and their data and stuff like that. I think this is one of the biggest products that is going to be coming forward and something that we should be paying attention to.
Heck
Couldn't agree with you more. 2 years ago, before I started smoking cannabis again, I was buying CBD
Cannabis.
pouches
Okay.
made of cannabis. Cocoa hair actually is what the pouches are made of. So it's completely natural. And then they just coat that in CBD oil. And I was using that to help with my migraines at the time until I
Nice.
found THC. If they had a pouch for THC, instant buy from me.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of Montana boys would love that shit. So
Oh, hell yeah.
But it's gotta taste good.
Yeah.
it does.
Oh, they can
They do.
easily
It
put
does.
flavorings in there.
I would
yeah.
say that it has to taste good, but I grew up in the Copenhagen era.
It
And
doesn't
Copenhagen does not taste good by any
that's fair.
means, but people will still stick a whole half can of it in their lip. So I guess on the level, there are people who really do like the Zyn flavored packets.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and those were pretty popular and are still pretty popular. So
Very.
with that, I think it would be very easy to transfer those over from tobacco to cannabis.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
No, I think there's a huge market for it. It's
And-
a genius idea.
I feel like easy to flavor. Tanaki's got a grin.
You know, I wasn't expecting to hear Copenhagen, and it gave me immediate flashbacks of fucking accidentally picking up the wrong cup and taking a swig.
Yeah.
Montana story right there.
Yeah.
Like,
That makes me.
yeah.
I know that gets
makes
enough.
me want to get into the strain of the week. You know what I mean?
segue to get away from that.
I used to work in a warehouse and they did not believe in cup and spit cups, so
Well,
I know that.
I am gonna have to just quickly jump into this. I do have to leave very soon, otherwise I would not jump into it. But we do have a video for you guys, but we will be playing it at the end of this segment. So at the end of the whole episode, even. So we'll just jump right into
Really
the
just a
information.
segment.
Yeah, let's hop on strain of the week, get this done, and get everybody off to that wonderful dinner or whatever they got out there,
Great
enjoyed
evenings.
with their loved ones.
Absolutely. So you guys voted yourselves what the most interesting arousal strain was, and your vote came up with
Dun, 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 dun.
long exaggerated pause, double trouble. Anyway, double trouble is a cannabis strain with multiple genetic lineages. So essentially, it's Blue Dream, Dream Star.
It is the mutt of cannabis.
Yeah, OG
Usually.
Kush B cross face off OG, so kind of some OG stuff in there. So just a real mess of strains in there. And it, just like most genetics these days, let's be honest.
Truly.
THC ranges between 23 and 30%. Makes sense. We're all going to be breeding towards that more and more potent stuff, right?
For breeding.
Yeah,
Breeding.
exactly.
LOL.
Along those effects, of course, we're looking at that body high and that euphoric feeling that we've recommended many of strains for the Valentine's season. Medical uses, we won't get into details because we are not doctors, blah, blah, blah. But, it might help with headaches if you're into that sort of thing. An appearance, ooh, this is kind of fun, is one of those spade-shaped dark olive green buds with yellow-orange hairs. And deep blue undertones and a coating of frosty golden white crystal trichomes. I mean, the golden white is all about your timing, but the spade-shaped dark olive green buds with the deep blue undertones, that reminds me of the white truffle that we've grown in the past.
Mhm.
That's basically exactly what they're describing.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
Yep.
Those are pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful strain. And there is so green, it's almost like royal blue color. Oh, I love that color of plant too.
I think that the fact that it helps with headaches might be good for some people. Excuse real quick.
That's hilarious. Oh man, that's a good point. So if any of you guys are out there suffering from headaches in the evening, this one might be just for you.
For both reasons.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. Okay, guys. Well, I have to go. So if you all are good, then
Yeah,
I think
calling it.
honestly that was it.
great.
We just had to end it off with strain of the week. We've done all of our regular segments. We did our little Valentine's thing.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us this evening, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoyed everything we had for you today.
Yeah, definitely.
Heck yeah.
Make sure you join us next Friday as well. We'll have some special guests back. We're bringing people from all over the country this time around. So
The next one is Garrett from Venture
Magazine.
Yeah. Marijuana Venture Magazine.
Marijuana
Ooh,
Venture Magazine.
very exciting. Maybe we'll have to post a couple of links throughout the week to some of the magazines or some of his website information online or something, so people can kind of look into that a little bit ahead of time. I'm assigning myself work, guys, so if it doesn't happen, you can blame me.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Yep, see ya.
Have
Stay
a
lifted.
good night, everybody.
Have a
Enjoy
good
the
one.
video.
Bye.
Montana vibes under the big sky.
Met you on a Friday night, neon lights so bright. One look, one touch, love at first sight. You're like a fever, I can't cool down. Got me spinning, got me sinking now. We're floating on a lemon breeze. Your love is stronger than a dream. with no gravity. Heart racing like a melody. Fingers tracing, eyes so deep. Damn, you got a hold on me. We're floating on a lemon breeze. Your love is stronger than a dream. Cherry lips, the fire touch. Now we're lost in something lush. Oh baby, we're double trouble. A little too much, but I want the struggle. Wrapped up in you, got me feeling so high. No coming down, just you and I. Run it back, slow it down. Tell me you need me right now. Moonlight, bodies tight. Let's get lost, just ride the vibe. Double trouble, double fire. We burn slow, take me higher. No second guesses, no rewind. Tonight you're mine, mine, mine. Oh baby, we're double trouble. A little too much, but I want the struggle. Wrapped up in you, got me feeling so high. Coming down, just you and I. Run it back, slow it down. Tell me you need me right now. Moonlight, bodies tight. Let's get lost, just ride the vibe. Double trouble, double fire. We burn slow, take me higher. No second guesses, no rewind. Tonight you're mine.